going to level up. Perfectly viable strategy, and it's
Yeah.
very different the way I play, but you can play either one of those ways. So, like I said, that's one of the reasons I have to go in and kind of test, at least from the point of view of the spell circles, I have to test every build. There's no way I can test every possible iteration. But I can take the mainstays. I can play a summoner. I can play a master of disruption.
So now, as the Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Whoa!
Yeah, no, go ahead.
So as the designer, what is the funniest story that you've had while playing the game, or that you've read about on the forums? Like, what's been the most exceptional to you?
Oh, I don't know. That believe it or not, that's a hard question for me to answer. There's all kinds of weird things. But see, as a designer, you lose your sense of humor about some of these things. You go, that's funny, isn't it? No. It's just
that
making
needs
me
fixing.
angry. That's what that is. Exactly. I mean, like one of the crazy bugs that's popped up now. I ran into it myself today. Pieces of the world map. The game's been in development for years.
Sure.
This just started happening. The pieces of the world map have begun to show up in the city screen or on the battle board.
Yeah.
You go into a battle board, and there are all these resource icons on the battle board, and you go, how is that happening? This has never happened before. What in the world is going? We don't. Well, actually, the team may know now. They didn't know as of I think the last time we talked about it was like day before yesterday. This is continually evolving. But like today, I opened my city screen, and there are all these little world resource icons there, and you go, where are these coming from? This has never happened before. Why is this happening now?
Yeah.
We did have this was a funny bug. I got to admit, the first, as annoying as it was, and it took us a long time to track it down. The first time I saw it, I did bust out laughing, and that was something. Well, what happened at the end of the day is for those of you who are familiar with Unity, each one of the sections of the game is a different scene. We have a scene that's the world map, a scene that's the city screen, and a scene that's the battle board. When the battle board was opening, it would open multiple scenes of the same battle board that all had their own A-star coordinates system.
Okay.
Well, needless to say, this made the units go crazy, and what would happen is suddenly the enemy units would just run off the battle board. They would run away off the board, up into the surrounding scenery, and stand there.
Oh my god, that is pretty funny.
It looked like they had just given up and run away. I mean, we had video of it that we posted to YouTube because it was crazy looking. They'd be losing, and all of a sudden they'd just up and they'd run to the corner of the screen, off the board, and stand out in the edge of the woods. And you go, well, I guess for them,
they're done.
They've given up. And literally, that took us. It was just so random and so rare that it took us a couple of months to track it down. And you go, there was just an error with the scene loading function, where it could accidentally load it more than once. And we finally got it tracked down. But the first time I saw that, I busted out laughing. I was
can you hear me?
Decided that's too much for them.
Yeah. Are we caught up? Can you hear me okay?
Frustrating. Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming in and out a little bit. I think our connection's getting a little rough. Oops. Sorry guys, we lost the call for a second. So give me just a sec. I'm going to try to bring him back on. Uh-oh. Alright, we're having some... Oh, here we go. Hey, are you there? We are still down. I still unfortunately cannot hear you. Yeah, it looks like we're having some connection issues. Sorry about this, guys. Technical difficulties. Give us just one moment, and we'll be back in action. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to. Are you there, Aaron? Check 1, 2. Da, 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 da. Sorry, guys. How is the stream quality while we're dealing with this? Oof. All right. So sorry, guys. I am so sorry. We're trying to get it back up here in a moment. We've never really tried to maintain a Skype call while streaming, so this is kind of a new experience for us.
I tried restarting Skype. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. All right. So
okay.
Yeah, we got you back. Actually, you know what? It's 8:27. We've been at this for 2.5 hours. Do you want to just go ahead and?
And we've only scratched the surface, but you know, it's a lot of game, and I do want to impress on the guys that are watching this. The game is not complex. It's a bunch of very little simple pieces that when you put them all together, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of things that interact here. It may seem intimidatingly complex, probably for most of the guys that are watching your channel. It's not, but it's really it's not that complex, guys.
Yeah,
it's the kind of thing where you can jump in and you can get the feel of it.
You know what? I do want to comment on that as a player. Now, I have a little bit of experience with 4X, and I did play Master of Magic way back when. But when they gave me the title and I downloaded it to play it a little bit and get a feel for it, I picked it up like that. If you have any experience with 4X, you're going to be able to leap in, no problems. And if you don't, you're only going to have a slightly larger learning curve. This game is fun and exciting and really engaging to dive into.
Yeah. So, and thank you for saying so. And I also want to point out in the long run, right now we've got the media wiki, and we're going to continue to flesh that out and fill it out. And you know, we're planning to formulate it into a you know, we're going to put a manual together with the absolute need to know information from the media wiki, obviously.
Very cool.
But we're also going to try to make like an in-game encyclopedia, I think, where that's one of the things I want to do. That's not official, don't quote me, but we want to have as much information as we can in game.
Yeah.
Because like there's just so many units and so many, you know, like the spell book, you've got no problem. There's info on it. There's tooltips, but like the unit types and things like that, and like the buildings, you've got the tooltips. When you're training a unit, you've got no problem because you got the tooltips and things like that. But when you're facing units, guardians and stuff, and you don't know what their stats are, it would be really handy to have that in game where you could just pull that panel up, and a lot of that's already in place. We may not put it in the form of an encyclopedia per se, but like where you might be able to right click on an icon that's, you know, on the guardian display, and it show you what the stats are of a level 1 unit. That's not necessarily what you're going to run into.
Yeah.
But these are the basic overview. So we're planning to get more information in game. Let me just put it that way. So
Sure. And you know, if you want to review them, some people have some stuff to say on price and what they think it's worth. I'll let you review that on your own. Personally, I think it's a great value for the price. I think that the game is well built and well designed. And if this is only the start of early access, I'm really excited to see what you guys have planned for the future. I'm really excited. You know, when you get there, spring 2015, I'm going to be excited to see what version 1.0 looks like. And also, as like a final comment, I've been playing this game for about 2 weeks now. I think you guys gave me it back right before Thanksgiving. And just
that sounds about right.
We've seen some builds, like with Thanksgiving in the middle. I've seen some build updates between then, like at least 1 or 2. So the development process has been like just Johnny on the spot, which is great. You know, I compare that to Planet Explorers, and I haven't seen an update in like a year. Sorry, go ahead.
We, as a general rule, we actually do an update every week.
Very cool.
That's a general rule. The team is in very active development. I did notice a question in the comments there. Is there going to be continued development? Yes. I keep saying living game. We mean this we intend for this to be a living game, and we plan to continue development for a good long time. I'll just put it that way. For a good long time. So,
very cool.
But yeah, the development is, as like I said, you know, we had a build put up Thursday, with a bug with another bug fix rolled out Friday. Like I said, we do a beta build up on Thursdays, and then a general everybody build on Friday.
Sure.
This Thursday, is it this Thursday? It might actually be next Thursday. I'm sorry, next Thursday. Tomorrow, we've got another build going up, but it's probably going to be bug fixes and things like that. The following Thursday, dwarves are supposed to be put in the game, as well as the plane of Earth. And so, there's every week we roll out updates. The one frustrating thing is occasionally, some people would say more than occasionally, we have to overhaul the save game system, and you are going to lose your saves.
Sure. And that's always a danger in early access.
It is. We try our best to make sure the saves are backwards compatible.
Yeah.
But you just can't always do that. It's just not realistic.
Sure, yeah. Well, I think now is a pretty good point. If you're okay, we can call the interview good. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, glad to do that. I did want to jump in on these last comments.
Sure,
okay?
Go for it,
guys. It's like this. There are updates and things that are patches and fixes in the core game are going to be covered by the initial price. When you get to things that are considered an expansion, and I discussed several things that might be expansion fodder, some of that is going to be for an additional cost. Now, there were people that got in on our Kickstarter that bought the future content update, and for those fortunate group of people, they get whatever we do for Rules of Magic forever for free. But you have to understand that this is how we make our living, and we want the game to continue to grow and develop. And like I said, living game. That's what we want for this. But in order to do that, we've got we got bills to pay and mouths to feed, and
sure.
So for us to continue to work on a product for potentially years to come, yes, some things we're going to throw out there, and it's going to be free, and it's going to be a form of thank you to the people that have already purchased the game. Other things, we're going to add mechanics that have taken us months and months to develop. We can't hand that out for free.
Right. Yeah.
And I think most of you would be aware of that. So
cool. Well, again, Aaron, thank you so much for joining us today. And again, absolutely. Multiplayer comes out, I'll definitely be in touch to do this again, because I had a great time.
Sure. Me too. I really enjoyed it. And Brennan, at any stage, if like I said, we're constantly rolling out updates. If you see something that you feel is particularly interesting or exciting, and you want to have me back to talk about it, just let me know, and we will try to work things around where I can do it again.
Definitely. Thank you again so much for joining us, and we look forward to having you again. And when you guys work on different projects, I'll be excited to be on the front lines for that.
Awesome. Sounds great, man, because there will certainly be future projects. So.
Well, thank you, and thank Wasteland Interactive so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. And you have a good night, man. You too. And you guys have a great time. I know this is late for you, so sleep well.
It is, dude. I will not be getting into bed until after midnight, which for me is crazy late, by the way. I mean, normally I'm up in, by 6:15, dude, I'm at work, and so it's late for me. So I'm going to take the opportunity to bail.
Cool.
But you guys have a good time, and I really enjoyed it, and thank you for having me.
Yeah. Have a good day.
All right. Yep. Good night.
Alright, so that was the interview, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in for that. We are going to switch gears, maybe play a couple of other independent games, early access games, maybe a round or two of Awesome Nuts. I could see that. Alright? But if you have to take off, I completely understand. Thank you guys so much for coming in and making this huge. And I hope you come in. I know I'm in talks right now with another developer of early access. I don't want to say who yet, because it's really early still. But I'm really excited because there's future opportunities here. So check my schedule and definitely show up. But yeah, I'm going to start with some Awesome Nuts, which is another Steam game. And it's a MOBA 2D side-scroller. Hello Kitty. I'm not playing Hello Kitty's Island Adventure. I'm not. It's not happening. I'm not going to do it. But I hope you guys really liked Worlds of Magic and the interview. Let me know what you think about the format, if you enjoyed it. if there were other questions I should have asked. And also, you can always email me at ironleonum@gmail.com. I don't have a panel for that